This is Hollywood. Matías Bombal with you. From the distributor known for its unusual and often strange output of movies, A24 comes a horror film. Yes, a horror film from director Kevin Smith, who's known for his comedy work. It's called Tusk. This is in no way connected to a movie called Tusk, made by the legendary Chilean filmmaker Alejandro Jodorowsky in 1980. This Tusk tells the tale of a highly sarcastic podcaster named Wallace, played by actor Justin Long. He shares the microphone with Teddy Kraft, played by Haley Joel Osment, and here's a sample of how crass and flip they are.
So look out, you crazy Canucks! Something weird-ass this way comes. Next week, Wanderin' Wallace takes a raunchy road trip up to the Great White North to meet with a star. I will be staying at home, per usual.
Doing what, Teddy? Why don't you fill him in on... Let's have a real laugh after that tape.
I will be taking your significant other to the Getty because, in her words, you don't get art.
I get art too. Why do you keep saying that? I get art. I get it when it's got my face on it.
You can't learn
it's all over the
it,
wall.
you
Look
can't-
at it. Look at all this. This is art.
Do you think this is art?
It's like a museum.
He's not wrong. All over the walls of this studio, I sort of created a man cave / masturbation chamber to while away the hours in.
I gotta say, I've never jerked off in here, which is surprising because I jerk off all the time.
I don't believe you.
Okay, you're right to not believe me. Teddy, you are my fucking hero.
So off Wallace goes to Canada, but on arrival finds that his interview subject has just died the day before. Not wishing to go back empty-handed, he feels that he must find another subject to interview. He sees a flyer on a lavatory wall that solicits a rent-free tenant in a big house to take care of an elderly seaman with many tales to tell. Just what he was after, so after ringing him up, he drives to meet the ancient mariner, played by Michael Parks. Their meeting and conversation over a polite yet drugged cup of tea is by far the best scene in the movie, and the set of the house and James Laxton's cinematography is outstanding. The dialogue written for Michael Parks is much more erudite than any of his previous screen roles, and is exceptionally well delivered and highly entertaining. That, I'm afraid, is the only good stuff in this bizarre midnight movie combination of sarcastic crass humor and dismal and disgusting scenes that follow this moment of fear for Wallace.
Ellie, you gotta help me. I swear to God, I'm not joking, okay? I was abducted. I'm in Manitoba. This guy wants to turn me into an animal or something. He's fucking nuts. You gotta please come. Please, 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 please. I don't know where he is, but I'm somewhere. I'm in his weird fucking house. I'm like 2 hours from Winnipeg. I'm so fucking scared. I'm so scared I'm not gonna see you again. I'm sorry, I was such an asshole. I'm so sorry. Cut off my leg, Ellie. Please. Okay, just get here, okay? Call the cops. Ellie, I don't want to die in Canada.
What follows this is a mixture of ideas similar to the movies Misery and Todd Browning's Freaks of 1931, in which Olga Baklanova was turned into a bird-like creature resembling what the old salt has in mind for Wallace. But it's no bird, but rather a living human walrus that Wallace is to become. The movie is never really scary, and I scare easily. It's so unpleasant for me to be frightened, and I have a zero tolerance for gore. Thus, I hardly cover horror pictures at all. However, I try to see as many pictures as possible with no preconception to offer you my frank thoughts. When Wallace's girlfriend and Teddy hear the voicemail left for them, they go searching for him, hoping to save him from his sea mammal fate. Along the way, they encounter, as do those who see this picture, one of Johnny Depp's wingnut performances as a former Canadien police inspector. He's funny for the first few minutes, but afterwards seems to be channeling Peter Sellers' Inspector Clouseau. I found this movie trite, full of sarcastic, not funny humor of privileged children who have the time to spend acting and speaking like the characters in this movie, and in no way elevating the cinema as an art form, but making it a disposable, trivial babysitter of mindless pablum. The only reason I'm not giving this picture the 4 F-note bells of a real stinkeroo is that one good scene I told you about a few moments ago. The Motion Picture Association of America has given this an R rating, likely for the scenes of human to walrus transformative surgery. So, Mr. Kevin Smith, Tusk, Tusk, and I'll add cuckoo cachoo. This is your pal Matías Bombal, bidding you a fond farewell.